Welcome back, boys and girls. So yesterday when you guys were leaving class, we took a pre-test. And on our pre-test, we talked about some words you might not have seen. Well, that's the introduction into our next unit. We're going to be starting to read a new book. And so we're going to start looking at those words a little closer. Now, normally when you guys don't know a word when you're doing your independent reading, you have a sticky note that I give you and you write it down. And then when you're done, we look it up and we put it in your vocab journal. Well, we're going to kind of switch how we do things. And we're going to use something called context clues. Now on your desk, you all should have a magnifying glass that looks just like this, maybe a little smaller. That's what we're going to use for the next unit when we do our class book. So sometimes we are reading, we come across a word we might not know. So what do? Well, we just talked about it. I typically give you a sticky note and we look it up. Just like a detective, we have to use clues to understand what the word means. Learning how to use these clues can help us understand the meaning of a word. It helps us understand what we are reading, and it improves our vocabulary and keeps us from having to look it up in a dictionary or look it up on Google. So, what are context clues? Does anybody have an idea? Okay, so it might be a clue in your reading. Anybody else? All right, let's see. Context clues are hints found within a sentence, paragraph, or passage that readers can use to understand the meaning of a new or difficult word. So while we're reading our next story, which I know I haven't told you, you guys will find out soon, we're going to use context clues to understand the meaning of some of those difficult words. So I hop, skip, and a jump. Who am I? We're going to read this and we're going to come up with three different options of what this person's job can be. And then at the end, we're going to hold up our fingers of what we think it is. And then we're going to see if we're right. I'll tell you about the career that I chose. It definitely keeps me on my toes. I've been practicing since a very young age. Now I travel around and perform on the stage. I'm graceful and pretty, but I'm also real strong. My body is thin and my legs are quite long. I often wear pink and love satin and lace, watching me twirl, flirt, and flutter all over the place. So you'll have three different options. Okay, I hear an actor. I hear a ballerina. Anybody else? Okay, so just a dancer in general. All right, so hold up 1 for actor, 2 for ballerina, 3 for dancer, and 4 if we did not talk about what you think this person's job is. It is a ballerina. Very nice job. Okay, we have one more of these as our introductory practice. It's called Hot Shot. A lot of kids think that they want to be me. Danger's my best friend and my enemy. When I'm summoned to duty, I'm often alarmed. Still, I help lots of people stay safe and unharmed. I wear a cool hat and a raincoat and boots, which I'd much rather wear than some stuffy old suits. My truck makes loud noises when I drive down the street. It's lots of fun, but I still take lots of heat. All right, y'all have 3 different ideas. Okay. I heard a firefighter. Anything else? Okay. Hot Shot made us think of a basketball player. We just want to stick with those 3? I don't hear anything else. Okay, 1 for a firefighter, 2 for a basketball player, and 4 for we didn't talk about it. Very nice. I see a lot of 1s up in the air. So it is going to be a firefighter. So we used clues from those poems to try to figure out what these people did for a living. So context clues are words that say stop, don't touch the dictionary. The definition of the word you don't know is going to be right here in the text, and we're going to look at some different ways they do that. Context clues give information a reader can get from the reading that helps show what a word or a group of words might mean. Like in a mystery, we have to use clues to find it out. We're going to do it together. Okay, so here's different ways that we can use context clues, or that context clues are going to be used. First, we have helping words or punctuation. Okay? Mary's cat was furious or angry at her brother. So if I look at the first half of the word, it says Mary was furious. Now, I might not have heard that word before. Now, you might have heard mom say, I'm furious, but you might not really know what it means. Well, that comma says or angry. So they're using furious to describe that she was angry. Okay, it might be opposite or same meaning. Mary's cat looks tame when sleeping, so tame might be a word we're not familiar with. But wild when awake. Do we know what wild means? Yeah, crazy, all over the place. So if we're doing opposites, these are going to be opposites. If we're doing opposites of wild, the opposite's going to be tame, but what does tame mean? Okay, sleepy, calm, tired. So we're going to go with calm. Mary's cat looks calm when sleeping, but wild and awake. So now we know the definition of tame. Or they're going to use your own experience. When Mary's dog died, she was filled with grief. We might not know exactly what grief means, but we could probably figure it out. But in parentheses, it says, you know that if your dog died, you would feel sad. So they're using grief to describe how somebody is feeling, and they feel sad. They could also do a sentence before or after the word. The people were nomads. So you might not understand what nomad means, but instead of stopping what you're doing and getting out a dictionary or looking it up on Google, it's going to tell you they went from place to place looking for food. Then we have the definition is going to be given to you. So it's really similar to this because it says they went from place to place looking for food. So that means nomads means they don't live in one spot. But here they're going to give you the definition. Mary got a scholarship for winning the contest. So we're going to look at that word scholarship, and it says a scholarship is a grant or prize to pay for school. So they give you the definition. Or they're going to give you examples. Mary used the utensils to eat her lunch. So if I think about eating lunch, I might eat lunch with my hands if it's a sandwich. Or if it's like soup or salad or chicken, I'm going to use utensils. So what are utensils meaning in this sentence? Fork, spoon, knife, yes. So let's try some together. Tara watches TV continuously. Well, again, we're detectives, so we're going to figure this out without looking it up. Continue. If you and I are having a conversation and we're interrupted and I say, hold on, let me finish, and I say continue, what does continue usually mean? To keep going? Yeah, you keep going. So if Tara watches TV continuously, what is she doing? She's going to keep watching TV. Now, if we go back here, we could say Tara was watching TV continuously or all the time, right? We could do, let's see, Tara was watching TV continuously. She never stopped. So it gives you different options. Mom had to sterilize the baby bottles. Sterilize. So say you have a younger brother or sister, and they just used a baby bottle. What's mom or dad going to do with that baby bottle? Okay, they're going to wash it. What's another word for wash? Okay, they're going to clean. So mom had to clean the baby bottles, right? Now, on your pretest you took yesterday, you had options of what the definition was. And again, that's how your post-test will look like later this week. But it's good to have practice without multiple choice, because if we're reading a sentence in a story, is it going to give us multiple choice of what that word might mean? No. We need to know how to use these clues to figure it out on our own. The man was sent to the penitentiary for stealing cars. Well, I'm going to look at stealing cars. Is that a good thing that you do? No. So where might you go if you are stealing cars? Okay, so you might go to jail, you might go to prison. So the man was sent to the penitentiary. That is a fancy word for jail or prison. So what they do is we're opening up what vocabulary we can use. Instead of this sentence just saying the man was sent to prison for stealing cars, we can use the man was sent to the penitentiary for stealing cars. What sounds a little bit more extra? What sounds a little better? The second one, this one. So this is what context clues is giving us the ability to do, is to use more enhanced vocabulary. The student replied to the teacher with a witty answer and the whole class laughed. Well, I have witty in bold because, we know what the rest is. If I ask a question and the answer is, if I ask what is the capital of Missouri, and somebody says, Chiefs or KC, do you think you guys will laugh? Yeah. Do you think somebody would laugh if they said Jefferson City? No, because that's the correct answer. So a witty answer is going to be what? Okay, it could be silly. It could be maybe incorrect. Yeah? So that's what we're going to be with a witty answer. So again, yesterday you took a pre-test and you went over those vocab words. We will be seeing those vocabulary words in our new reading. So what we're going to do now is you're going to retake that test, okay? And we're going to see if using these context clues that we just learned about, if you can tell me the definition of that word. Now, you will have A, B, C, D choices, as always. And then after that, what we're going to do is I will hand out, once you turn in your paper, I will hand out your vocab sheet for this unit. And you're going to write those in your vocabulary journal. So by the end of the year, your vocab journal should be totally filled. So I'm going to get ready to pass those out. If you guys can clear off your desk and get ready for your test.